long ago, in a quiet village, lived a little girl named Chinnakka. She lived with her loving grandma, but they were very poor. One morning, with no food at home, Chinnakka went into the forest to find something to eat. She walked and walked, the dry leaves crunching under her feet. In the deeper part of the forest, she heard a soft humming sound. Under a tree sat a woman in bright clothes with jingling bangle, a Koravanji, the wandering wise woman. Koravanji saw the tired little girl and asked, "What are you doing in the forest?" Chinnakka bowed her head. "There's nothing at home. I came to pick fruits and tubers." Koravanji became sad. She closed her eyes, murmured some word, and with a flick of her hand, a magic pot appeared. Koravanji gave the magic pot to Chinnakka. "This is a special pot," she said. "It's a Maya Patre, a magic pot." She leaned in close. "Keep this pot safe. When you want food, put it on a stove and say these words. Tiny pot, Chinikini pot, make Huggi. It will make the tastiest Huggi. Sweet porridge, soft and warm." Chinnakka's eyes widened, but listen carefully. Koravanji warned, "You must also know how to stop it. When you have enough, say, tiny pot, Kanichini pot. Enough, stop. Say it exactly like this, or the pot won't listen." Chinnakka rushed home, her heart full of joy. "Ajji, look what I got," she called, holding up the little pot. Her grandma was surprised. "A pot? It's not just a pot, Ajji. It's a magic pot." Chinnakka gently put it on the stove, just as Koravanji had said. She closed her eyes and whispered the words, "Tiny pot, Chinikini pot, make Huggi." Suddenly, steam rose and a sweet smell filled the room. The pot bubbled and sparkled, and soft golden Huggi flowed out, warm and delicious. Her grandma clapped her hands. "Ayyo, it's real!" They laughed, danced, and ate as much as they could. When the pot was nearly full, Chinnakka remembered the words, "Tiny pot, Kanichini pot. Enough, stop." And just like that, the pot became still. From that day on, they never went hungry again. Every morning, the smell of sweet Huggi filled the village. Chinnakka would make a big pot, not just for her and her grandma, but for all the hungry children nearby. She served it with a smile. Warm, tasty Huggi in every bowl. The children came running, their faces happy. "Huggi, Huggi," they would shout. Soon, people stopped calling her just Chinnakka. They started calling her Huggiya Chinnakka. Next door lived Thimmakka. She watched every day as children laughed and ate Chinnakka's Huggi. She wrinkled her nose. How is this girl making so much sweet porridge?" Thimmakka became curious, then jealous. One evening, she peeked through the window. She saw Chinnakka place the pot and say the magic words, "Tiny pot, Chinikini pot, make Huggi." Her eyes widened. Aha! So that's how she does it. She quietly tiptoed home, a sneaky plan forming in her mind. One day, Chinnakka and her grandma had to leave the village for a wedding. As soon as they left, Thimmakka snuck into their house and stole the pot. She raced home, locked her doors, and put the pot on her stove. With a wicked grin, she said the words, "Tiny pot, Chinikini pot, make Huggi, fast." But then the pot kept going. The Huggi rose and spilled over the edge, onto the floor, across the kitchen, down the hall. "Stop!" she shouted. "Enough! Shut up! Ayyo! Die, you evil pot!" But the pot didn't listen. Huggi poured through the windows, out the door, down the steps. Soon, the streets were sticky rivers of Huggi. Children splashed, buffaloes slipped, and people panicked. No one could stop it. By the time Chinnakka and her grandma returned, the whole village was in chaos. Chinnakka blinked. "I think I know what happened." She grabbed a wooden boat and rowed through the sticky streets to Thimmakka's house. There, in the middle of it all, stood Thimmakka, soaked in porridge and pulling her hair. Chinnakka didn't say a word. She walked straight to the magic pot and calmly whispered, "Tiny pot, Kanikini pot. Enough, stop." The pot stopped. The bubbling ended. From that day on, the pot stayed with Chinnakka and she never stopped sharing. And there you have it, Huggiya Chinnakka, the girl with the golden heart and a pot full of sweetness. Moral of the story, kindness shared is joy multiplied. This story is from traditional Kannada folklore, narrated by Charan, script by Gauri, created by our Chandira channel. Please subscribe for more such content. We post traditional stories and songs every week.